You play tennis, but you're not going to be a pro. Neither am I. So the question is, how seriously should we take tennis? Shouldn't we just chill out, have fun, muck around a bit, just focus on enjoying it? Or are we still allowed to go all in, even though no one's paying us to, and even though it seems like, what's the point? You're not going to be a pro. Let's talk about that. For most of us, tennis isn't our career. And even though we might like to dream about being like the people we see on TV, or we might dream that somehow we might actually be able to get to a point where we could become a pro, it's not going to happen. It's not our job. And it's never going to be. But then there's an argument to say, it doesn't just have to be a hobby, something you just do once a week just to pass the time, and really you're not really going to ever take it that seriously. For a lot of us, tennis is something we actually care about deeply. So the question then is, though, just how serious should you take it when you know that you'll never be the best? After all, isn't it just about being the best that matters? The answer is no. The great thing is, it is entirely subjective. There is no right answer. Some people just literally want something as a means to escape everyday life, to get out of the house, to spend a few hours doing something fun, probably also doing something for fitness. And maybe they don't want much more from it than that. Absolutely fine. Others want it to be like their personal Mount Everest. It's like they're going to set their sights and say, just how big a mountain can I make out of my personal tennis, and then can I climb to the top of it? And I'm going to take it dead seriously. Either is okay. It's completely subjective. You decide what it means for you, just as I decide what it means for me. After all, tennis is absolutely brilliant because it's incredibly flexible. It can either just be your stress relief, or it can absolutely become your obsession. Another way of looking at it as well is that seriousness isn't just about being a pro, nor is seriousness the exclusive domain of professionals. A lot of people might think that if you're serious about tennis, the first question afterwards, are you going to be a pro? But as far as I'm concerned, that's completely wrong. You can absolutely take tennis seriously at any level you choose to. After all, there's kind of one thing which is your performance, so what level can you compete and you can win at. But let's face it, all of us are actually up against this battle, which is learning this game of tennis, which frankly takes years and years and years, and which there is no real benchmark to say, I've done it. So your seriousness could be linked to competing, whether it's winning the club championships, whether it's winning your division of your club doubles, whether it's winning at a grade 5 or grade 4 tournament, winning at the county champs, winning at a national level, improving your ranking to the best it can be nationally or even internationally. But equally, the seriousness can be linked purely to the learning of tennis. So can I perfect my serve? I may never use it to compete, but it's a skill that I really want to take seriously because I want to learn it. I don't need to. It is a want and a desire, and I'm not happy till I've fulfilled that. So arguably, being a professional isn't really the measurement. It's actually how much effort do you want to put into it, and what reward do you want to get back in terms of the level of satisfaction. So take myself as an example. I'm 46 years old. I am never, ever, ever going to be a pro. I'm never going to be highly nationally ranked for open men's. I'm probably never going to win anything above grade 3. Even a grade 3 is probably going to be a struggle for me. And yet, I clearly take this very seriously. Why? What on earth is the point if all I'm going to be is a high-level club player, maybe get to county, maybe I might do something on the ITF Masters Tour. None of it is anywhere close to professional level. So why bother taking it seriously? So for me, tennis is frankly a very personal project. It has got nothing to do with being a professional. I genuinely understand I will never be amazing. But here's the thing. And this isn't something that I get deeply depressed about, but in my life, I have never learned anything that takes years and years to learn. I've never learned a language. I haven't learned how to play a musical instrument. I didn't study a science or become a doctor. I've frankly gone through my life learning enough just to get through life. And so for me, it's really important, partly because I started tennis again when my wife wanted to get into it, my children wanted to get into a sport, and I realized that tennis was the only thing I've done enough that I've kind of got a bit of a head start. If I started anything else, I'm already starting from scratch with something I have no knowledge of. Tennis is something I'm incredibly familiar with from the time I spent as a junior. So right now, I do take this seriously because I want to see just how far I can go, even though I know that will not be professional. It's highly unlikely to be grade 1 or grade 2 tennis, national level tennis. It's not going to go there, at least nothing on an open level. And I take that very seriously because when you get to about my age in life, you start to realize very, very well that life is only so long. And so I look at it and say, I actually want to take the time I have and make every day count to see just how far I can go with this. In terms of my goals, realistically, that does link specifically to the highest level I can possibly operate at is on the ITF Masters Tour. That in itself, a lot of those tournaments are not necessarily very high grade. However, they do lead on a path that gets very serious, at least for old people. Others may look at this and say, mate, just relax, don't worry, don't stress. Why you bother taking it seriously? Does it really matter? Just go and play some club doubles, just go and hack around the courts. Well, that's fine. I love it if people take that attitude. But for me, again, the trying to achieve a level of competition is not so much about saying, I want to compete at those levels. It's more to say, those will be a measure of how well I have learned tennis and how well I can put it into practice. It will simply tell me how good did I manage to learn this game, because otherwise there really is no real way to tell. Competition is just about the only measurement we have to kind of tell us how good we are. So that's why the competition is so important to me, because it tells me, have I actually managed to learn this? And that's my primary objective. And for me, doing something fully, doing it all in, putting all the effort, it frankly makes me feel alive. But then let's point something out. Seriousness doesn't mean we have to have a serious face, never be friends, never have fun. You can kind of say maybe what you should be focusing on is at all times the joy of serious play. So you kind of say to yourself, just how seriously do you want to take this? And aim for that. But at the same time, always say, how much pleasure can I take back from that? Being serious doesn't mean you can't enjoy it. Being serious doesn't mean you can't be friends with the person on the other side of the court. Being serious doesn't mean you can kind of laugh and have a bit of a joke along the way. It simply means caring enough to do your best. And if that brings you the joy, then that's the entire point. After all, tennis gives us this really nice balance of competition, of the ability to improve, but also of community. And yeah, it's okay to remind ourselves it's just a game. We want to do this. We don't really need to do it. So I'll ask again, you're not going to be a pro. So just how seriously should you take tennis? And the answer is however seriously you want to take it. Because even if you will never be a pro, just like I won't be, you can still play like it matters. I'd love to get your thoughts on this. I'm sure there are going to be 1,000,001 different opinions. And you know what? Each of them is right. Because at the end of the day, if it's what we believe as individuals, it's right. And it doesn't matter if it differs from the person next to me. Share your thoughts in the comments.